Hey Ryder, I'm Jaleesa James, and I'm here with Annie Pasqua and Jane Sanchez to talk about how you can get involved in community service here on campus. Hi Annie, hi Jane.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Great. So why don't you start by telling us what you do here on campus? What's your position? Jane, you can start first.
Okay. My name is Jane Sanchez, and I'm the coordinator of community service as well as a house director for the University House.
Okay. Annie?
Yes, my name's Annie, and I am the Assistant Director of Campus Life for Service Learning. So I help students be involved in service and also oversee the Bonner program, which Jane also helps out with as well.
All right. So you guys do a lot of service. So what got you started in community service? Jane?
Well, service is always something that's been a part of my life growing up, but professionally I'd say I have a background in housing where I was a residence hall director for a apartment building that was focused on service learning at Seton Hall University. So I was able to really cultivate a service culture within the students that lived in that building, incorporate them into community opportunities as well as some global service opportunities as well. And after that, I was just hooked, and I really loved it.
Right. Annie?
I think our stories are fairly similar, minus the housing piece. I grew up in a family that really cultivated a culture of service in just our daily lives. I don't know if I really knew what service was. I just kind of did my part, and that's how service was sort of ingrained. And then when I went to college, I was actually a Bonner student where I went to school, and so that really helped transform my eyes and views on service and how service can be a tool for learning and a tool of connection. And ever since I graduated, I've been a part of the Bonner Network and ultimately ended here at Rider.
Right, and it's funny that you bring up Bonner. I wanted to ask you guys, what service communities are you a part of here at Rider? So Bonner being one, is there any other?
Yeah, I work, aside from working with the Bonner students, I also work very closely with the Community Service Council, which is pretty much a group of students that come together from all different clubs and organizations on campus that are interested in service. So for example, it could be anywhere from a service-based fraternity or a service-based club to an academic-based club that is just really interested in giving back, that sees that as a part of their college experience. So we are able to gather all of those people around in one room and really discuss opportunities that we can collaborate on. How can we pretty much join forces to make the programs that are already happening on campus bigger and stronger, and really be able to mobilize and motivate students to be involved. We also have the Community Service Learning Community, which is housed in Poita Hall, which is comprised of first-year students that are a part of a freshman seminar class. A lot of them happen to be integrated within the Bonner program, and again, students that are just interested in having that service component be a part of their experience, particularly their first-year experience. Those are the ones I work with closely.
Yeah.
Okay, Annie?
And I think the other programs that we work on campus is that we offered campus-wide days of service that's targeted to any student that's here at Rider. Every month we hope to have one large campus opportunity for students to be involved in that range from Martin Luther King Day of Service to Global Youth Service Day, and then we just had our National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week that we do every year as well. So we try to do large range activities to have a connection point for students to be involved in service as well.
It sounds like a lot. So there are plenty of opportunities for students to get involved. Are there any websites, or I know there's a blog or something that students can follow. So what websites are there for students to access?
Yeah, so we do have a community service blog that's sort of up and coming, and we just launched with our Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week as well. We have just relaunched our Community Service Learning Community on Facebook, so you can like us on Facebook for that. Jane has been taking the lead on sort of updating all of our status and putting pictures, sort of up-to-date current information, so I think that's a really great place for people to like.
And how about if students want to get involved with Bonner? What's the process like for that?
Yeah, so for those who don't know much about Bonner, it's a community service scholarship program that we have here on campus, and students do about 300 hours of community service each academic year. So it is an application process, and our application process is actually opening up at end of this month in December, and people fill out an online application, and then if you're selected, we have an interview with you in March to hopefully you could be selected in our next academic year in the following September.
That's great. So finally, I just want to ask you, why should students do community service? Some students are turned off, you know, they feel like they're not entitled to give back to their community. Just why should they feel like they should?
I think it's definitely a responsibility. Everyone should be a part of it. It helps you gain a better understanding of what role you play within the community, aside from expanding your experience and meeting new people that can really cultivate and enrich your life and your experiences. I think ultimately it gives you a better grasp of what role you play, how your future will contribute to that. And I just think it will really just completely enrich your college experience as a whole. There are some people that prefer to work with or serve specific populations than others. But ultimately, I think the key is to really find something that you're passionate about that doesn't feel like it's work or service, just something that you can connect to that can help foster whatever you have within you to make you a better person. So I absolutely think every student should embrace an opportunity at some point in their college career.
Annie, what do you think?
Yeah, so I think all the things that Jane says is something that really resonates with me, but it just opens up your world to different people and opportunities and really helps you begin to sort of see what the world might be like after you leave this university and how that you can be involved in any change that you would like to see and that you want to become an advocate or you want to become a teacher in an urban setting. So you won't ever be able to know those things unless you're out in the community and beginning to form relationships with other people.
I definitely agree. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Annie, for coming out and talking with me. So be sure to check www.rider.edu to figure out how you can get involved. Thank you for watching. Hey Ryder, I'm Jaleesa James, and I'm here with Jane Sanchez and Annie Pasqua to talk about how you can get involved in community. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, one more time.
Take a picture of us on